नमस्ते बिटिया, हमेशा खुश रहो बिटिया। दिस इज जेवीएन प्रोफेसर डॉक्टर अनिल कुमार वंगानी, HOD Department of Repertory. I welcomes you all at 1 p.m. repertory class in the month of May 2020 on digital version 2.0 at JVWU platform, which is the best women university in India. As you know, we are delivering these digital sessions on YouTube video channel at the link given below as per schedule provided by the university having the best homeopathic college in Jaipur. Please listen carefully. I hope I will be able to satisfy your quest for knowledge. But in case of any doubt in your mind, please drop your queries in the comment box in the YouTube, which we will answer in the problem solving session on the allotted day by the university. Let us now begin with the digital session. So this one is the uh, totally new session, which is in 4 parts, out of which the first part today we are going to discuss, and that is methods of evaluation. Part first. We know evaluation of symptom means principle of grading or marking of different kinds of symptom in order of priority. Symptoms का evaluation कैसे करते हैं हम? जब हम उनको डिफरेंट ग्रेड्स में डिवाइड करते हैं उनके महत्वता के अनुसार केस में, which are to be matched with the drug symptoms in order to cover the characteristic totality in the natural disease condition with that of the drug disease. और सिम्टम्स जो ये हम पेशेंट में रिकॉग्नाइज करते हैं, जो कि इवैल्यूएशन के अनुसार जो इम्पोर्टेंट वंस हैं, they must match the symptoms which are important ones, which are characteristic ones in the materia medica, और तभी हम सिमिलिमम तक पहुंच पाते हैं। केवल हैजार्ड मैथमेटिकल टोटलिटी हमें नहीं चाहिए, हमें जो पेशेंट के PQRS हैं उनको मटेरिया मेडिका के कैरेक्टरिस्टिक से मेल खिलाना होगा। Now there are different methods of evaluation. First of all, I will discuss Master Hahnemann method. This method categorizes the symptoms into general and uncommon ones. Here general means common, but general of Kent means applied to the body as a whole. Here general means common. So Dr. Hahnemann has divided symptoms into common and uncommon rather. So this common or the general symptoms of Hahnemann means symptoms of the general nature, which are observed in almost every disease and almost in every drug. There's nothing like PQRS in them. And aphorism 153 says about that. We need what? We need characteristic PQRS. Any symptom which is strange, rare, uncommon, unaccountable, unexplainable, absurd, पैराडॉक्सिकल, एकदम उल्टा है, जिससे जो हम एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे थे उससे एकदम उल्टा है, बहुत अजीब है, जिसका कोई अता पता ही नहीं है कि क्यों ऐसा हो रहा है, अनकाउंटेबल है, जो कि बिल्कुल विपरीत है हमारी उम्मीद से और बहुत ही दुर्लभ है और बहुत ही चौंका देने वाला है, स्ट्रेंज है, तो ऐसा सिम्टम वो है कैरेक्टरिस्टिक सिम्टम। Now the Kantian method of evaluation of symptom. Kant has divided symptoms into mental, general, physical general, then the particulars. In the mental generals, he has again divided them into symptoms of will, emotion, understanding, and intellect. Amongst the symptom of will, the examples are love, hate, desire, that is mental desire, and the aversion, that is mental aversions. Then symptoms of emotion like anxiety, sadness, grief. Then the symptoms of intellect. The examples of the symptoms of intellect are mental confusion, delusion, hallucinations, delirium, memory, concentration, dullness, mistakes in writing and speaking. Then the physical generals, the highest ranking physical generals are the perversions of sexual sphere, including the menstrual symptoms. The next importance in the physical generals is given to symptoms of appetite, thirst, desire, and aversion related to food. Then the things which are affecting the whole body, like food that aggravate, time, weather, climate, extremes of temperature, position, motion, sleep, clothing, bathing, etc. Then there comes the particulars. How we divide the particulars according to Kantian method. They are as follows. The top grade particulars are which are peculiar, uncommon, unexpected, unaccountable, rare, and very odd. The second grade of particulars are which are having some marked modalities. Then the third grade of particulars, they are which are common, nondescript symptoms. And lastly, Kant uh, Kant also discusses about the common symptoms that are common to the disease. Even the pathognomic symptom which are characteristic of disease are also type of common symptoms. Then Bonigason's method. How Bonigason has evaluated the symptoms, how he make his totality of symptoms, which symptom he gives importance. You will be very surprised. Bonigason also gives great importance to the mentals, the temperamental symptoms. Here we go. So first of all, he considers quiz. Quiz means it includes the personality of the patient, which deals with age, sex, body build, constitution, and temperament. How the patient reacts, how the patient appears, how the patient behaves. This is the main thing in the quiz. Quid, it deals with the nature of the disease. UB, it means the seat of the disease, the location. Location is quite important in Bonigason method. Quibus auxilis, that means the associated symptoms with the main complaint. The symptoms which are accompanying the main complaints without having pathological relationship with it, they are known as concomitants. And Dr. Bonigason was originator of this doctrine of concomitants. After that comes Kerr. Kerr means it deals with the cause of the disease, the etiology, the ailments from. Then Kumado. Kumado means the modifying factors which increase or decrease the disease. It means to, or Bonigason means to say, from Kumado, it is modalities. It can be time modalities, it can be circumstantial modalities. Then comes the Quando. Quando means the evolution of the disease as per time. तो समय के साथ कैसे कैसे डिजीज इवॉल्व हुआ, ये क्वांडो में कवर होता है. तो टाइम को यहाँ पे भी इंपॉर्टेंस दी गई है. Now Garth Borik's method of classifying the symptoms or evaluation of symptoms. He classifies the symptoms into two types. The first is the basic types of symptom, and the other is the determinative types. So basic symptoms are only the base, whereas determinative type are the individualizing one. The basic type, they helps in the disease diagnosis. Determinative type, they help in the individualization of the patient. The value of basic symptom has been indicated. They are those which establish the diagnosis and are given in any standard medical textbook. It may be remembered in passing that such symptoms are all that are necessary for physiological medication or the ordinary use of drug effects. So what modern science is doing is all doing on this base. Thus, sleeplessness calls for soporific. Pain requires analgesic or anodynes. Constipation requires a cathartic or a laxative. Diminished urinary elimination will require a diuretic. The physician simply picks out the most important complaint and mitigates this with the least possible harm by using the physiological action of the remedy. Certain homeopathic remedies are also able to act physiologically if given in low potencies in the mother tincture. We have to use them when we require palliation, when we require an immediate effect, also in the cases of acute disease sometimes. Now, the second large class, the determinative symptoms, are necessary only if we expect to prescribe homeopathically. तो determinative symptom तभी हमें चाहिए जब हमें होम्योपैथिकली प्रिस्क्राइब करना है, जबकि बेसिक सिम्टम फिजियोलॉजिकल वंस हैं, वो यूज होते हैं मॉडर्न मेडिसिन में, और डिटर्मिनेटिव यूज होते हैं ज्यादा होम्योपैथी में. And a thorough understanding of this group of symptom and their relative value we will discuss now in order. So in the next session we will discuss in the order how determinative symptoms are important, which group of symptoms are they. So at the end of this session I would like to give you an assignment of which the maximum marks are 10. Time allotted is 30 minutes, and the question is, what is Kent's method of evaluation of symptoms? Discuss in detail. So Bitya, hope you have liked and grasped the session. Hope this has or this lecture has able to satisfy your quest for knowledge. In case you have any query or you have any doubt in your mind, please mention your comment in the comment box given at this YouTube channel. We will resolve the query at the adequate time. Thank you all for being attentive. Hope you are all in good health, and please take care of yourselves. See you in the next lecture. Till then, goodbye.